Hey, 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 what's going on, good people? What is going on? I am Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator. Hey, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Mindset Talks. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Why? Because we have a famous person here today. Guys, we got somebody famous. We got Miss Pamela Johnson from Houston, Texas. Come on, Pam. God, give Pam. And then we have, you know who he is, Mr. Michael L. Parks, aka Pops, is in the building. And so I'm excited, guys. Listen, so I like mindset talks, like we're talking about the Sugar Ain't Sweet program. Y'all know this is what we're doing. This is what we have been doing. If you know the story, back of April of last year, I almost lost this man that you see before you, my husband, diabetic ketoacidosis. April of last year. Long story short, God spared his life, and then we've gone on to help hundreds of others, right? And so I say he lived, right? God spared him so that we can help others, and so that's what we are. And so one of the people we have been able to help is my dear friend Pam, right? And so I've been knowing Pam.
Oh.
One, and I would say you started at HP in ninth grade like me, right? You were there since,
Yes.
so that's
Yeah.
what, 84?
84.
84. How many years is that, Pops? Ooh.
A lot.
What is that?
We're getting close to that 35-year
34 years.
reunion.
Yeah, 30. Yeah,
Yes.
34 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 34. 37 years?
36, 37.
Oh, no. Did I pass the 35? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
A long time.
21, 84. So that's 94.
Yeah, that's 34 years. Yeah. I'm sorry, 37 years. 37 years I've been knowing. God, dog it, Pam.
We're
I never
old.
37 years. So we were
Yes.
freshmen. Y'all know I too am from Houston, Texas, and we attended. So if you know my story, I said I've been interested in health just about my entire life. So much so that I attended high school for the health professions in Houston, Texas. And Pam was there with me in the ninth grade. Well, ninth through the 12th grade. We graduated in 1988. And so been knowing Pam for a very long time. And so this is special to me. It's always special to help people. But when you can help people, the people you've known since childhood, people that I was friends with, almost 40 years ago, it's just a true blessing. And so, yeah, Pam, how do you feel about that? Like let the people know, because Pam, like we knew each other, and we were, but I wouldn't say that we necessarily hung out necessarily, but we had classes together, we recorded, we knew each other, and and then I guess we all kind of hung out. But like, what was our relationship back then, Pam? I don't know.
I was kind of quiet, I guess, in a sense.
Me too, Pam. Me too.
Yeah. But I was our class was so small.
It was,
under 100 people, in that particular class. So we kind of all knew each other. Most of the people kind of lived on the south side of town or around in that area. I did not. And so that was I guess maybe a barrier in a sense, because I was kind of bused from the north side of town to HSHP every morning. And it was rough. Getting up and being on the bus at 5:30. And so for me, it was just, that was a whole new world, a different world, different people. I met so many interesting people I probably would have never met in my hood.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
So if that was a change of life for me as a person. And I've taken that ever since.
Yeah.
I enjoy people of every caliber, every ethnicity. I love to get to know people. And so, and that's the way I was at HP. I didn't have anyone that I didn't like. I liked everyone. So, if you were by me, I was going to talk to you. It didn't matter. So I didn't have like a circle. It was just anyone I came in contact with.
Yeah, I remember that about you, Pam. Always cordial, always had a smile on her face, always helpful. So we knew each other. And I guess just over the years, I guess when when Facebook came out and you start reconnecting with, high school classmates and things like that. And we actually connected however many years ago, and we all met up when I came to Houston, and we all met up
Yes.
about 5 or 6 years ago. So that was fun. It was a group of us. And so how did we get here though? How we get here, Pam?
Well, I've been watching Rochelle off and on. She used to do those brutal workouts so early in the morning, and I would roll over in my bed and I would look at her, and then she would catch me on, and she was like, Pam, I see, and I just click off. Like, I'm not about to get up and do any exercise. I don't know what she's talking about, because I wasn't moving. I was laying in the bed looking at her, oh, that's good. I'm so proud of Rochelle. She's doing so good. But I wasn't looking at myself. Then you came out with all of these. I have read anything that you have put online, that you shoot out there, I read it. Any new things that, hey, check this out, I look at it. But I wasn't doing anything with it. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure on my 40th birthday. Wow. And so I looked at that as all my family, have some form of high blood pressure, my mom, my dad, and I just thought, hey, it's your turn. I didn't see it as something that I could do something about. And then about a year later, here comes the diabetes. So with both parents having it, I just thought that was just going to be my fate. And so I accepted it, and I did everything the doctor told me. I was going to Diabetes of America. I sought out the best physicians, the ones that were getting the results, but I was getting results to manage. So that I would keep my diabetes. And this is something I learned going through the Sugar Ain't Sweet, not to eradicate it. I never once thought about eradicating it, but I wanted to be a good manager of my diabetes. So I did all that they told me and everything, but I still had diabetes.
Wow. That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful, because I think that's where a lot of people are. Like they're managing it, so they say, oh no, my numbers are good. But you're on medication.
Right.
Exactly. So, but in their mind it's good because they're managing. As a matter of fact, that's the language that the doctors use when they teach you how to manage your diabetes, manage your high blood pressure, right? And so you're it's kind of like you're high enough, right? What is it, Pops?
You basically you're low enough to not be concerned. Your numbers are low enough to not be concerned, but they're high enough to be on medication.
To still be on medication, you see. So, and that's where people just kind of hover right there, and so I'm like, but you're still on medication, and so okay, so
wait, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
At what point, Pam, did you believe that you could get off medication? Because you just said that the word I wrote down, you said it's something I couldn't do anything about. So when did the shift happen from it being getting off medication being something you couldn't do anything about, to actually saying, you know what, I'm getting off this stuff? When did that shift occur?
Well, I went to the doctor maybe about 6 months before I joined the Sugar Ain't Sweet. And so when I went to the doctor at that time, my numbers were over 300. And instead of the doctor saying, okay, we got to do some drastic this or drastic that, he basically said, well, let me up your medication. And I looked at the dosage I was taking. I was on 3 different diabetes medication, 3. And so he upped the dosage. I have never been on medication at that dosage level ever before. And I thought to myself, is this the way you want to live? Is this the way you want to live? Taking all this medication, because it has its own side effects. And so if I don't die from the diabetes, I'm going to die from all the other things that the medication triggers.
That's right.
Giving myself a shot, not insulin. It's just, the diabetes medication now also comes in a liquid form. So I was getting the Trulicity that I had to give myself shots in my stomach once a week. I never thought I would be at that stage. And so I'm like, okay, something's got to give. I knew all about what Rochelle was doing, saw it. I did not think I could do it. I researched to try to figure out what it was about before I said, hey, I want to do this, because I didn't feel I could. But when I saw those numbers and that medication increased, I said, I have got to do it. Find a way. No more excuses. I've got to do this. Now, did I do it initially? I didn't. There's some things that came up personally, and I let those be my excuse. And I said, oh, Rochelle, I could. And she probably remembers me saying I'm going to do it and probably dropping out a couple of times. So I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then I thought about it and I said, I could die. I could die before I'm 60 years old. And I've seen people die. And that is not what I want. I want a life, but I also want a quality of life where I can continue to do a lot of things. I want to be that 90-year-old woman still riding a bike or, doing different things. I can't do that if I'm missing a leg or, have some other type of thing occur to me because I have diabetes and I have high blood pressure, all those things together. And they call those, there's a term for it when you
comorbidities.
Say that again.
Comorbidity.
That, and then if you also have high cholesterol, they put you in a category.
The metabolic syndrome, or
yes, the metabolic syndrome. So I started doing some research on that. I'm like, whoa, I'm digging myself into a hole.
That's right.
So I either take action now, or I live like some people that I see, and I'm not putting anyone down, but I see people who, if they had did something early,
that's right,
or had done anything at all, they could have a better quality of life. I know people that are just a few years older than me that are tied to dialysis. That have died because of diabetes and they were 45.
Yeah.
That's not something that I want. I want to live a full life. I want to be healthy because health is wealth. It's not about money. It's about your health. You can have a whole bunch of money and can't do anything with it.
That's right.
And so I made it a point to, you got to do this. And so I moved whatever needed to be moved to get into the program.
I remember how excited I was when I saw your name pop up on my my appointment. I said, oh yes, this is Pam, because there's a lot of Pam Johnsons out there. So I looked, but I saw that, I don't know if it's 832 or 281, whichever one it was. I'm like, that's her.
Yeah,
that's Pam. But but once you were in, so would you say when you you just said that piece. Now, would you say when you started, were you all in or were you toe dipping?
I was all in
from day one.
I wanted to do it. I was gonna do it. And someone told me something. I don't even remember who it was. It may have been one of my teachers. And I said, oh, I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to get healthy. I still did not believe in my mind that I was going to be totally free of medication. Never believed that, because I felt I was too far in, or I was too far gone. So I said, I'll probably be able to decrease my dose. That's good. I can do that. I need to lose some weight anyway. I've gained a lot of weight. And so that's all I expected. But I was going to do it and do it full, because one, I don't believe in wasting my money. For what? I've invested my money. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it seriously.
Wow. So at what point, as going back to Pop's question, at what point were you like, oh, this can really happen? Like, I can, like, this is going like better than I thought.
Probably like day 7.
Come on, Pam. Day 7. Week.
When you guys were saying, oh well, check your numbers, check your numbers, check your numbers. I was checking my numbers, and my numbers were low, and I'm like, but I'm still popping the pills. And so there was one day my numbers probably got under 70.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I don't know why I'm lightheaded. And well, stop taking the medication.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I'm just going to try it out. Mm-hmm. And I didn't take it that day, but I was fully expecting my numbers to be through the roof the next morning. They were not. So I kept checking it out. I probably did my blood sugar probably 10 times that day. Because I didn't believe it myself. Seriously. And I was calling my doctor, say, hey, I need some more test strips. I need some more. He said, what are you doing? You already got 2 prescriptions. And I said, but you're not giving me enough. I'm trying to do this thing. And, I'm getting off medication. He was like, oh, okay. Well, let me just give it to her. Because he didn't believe it himself.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just did the 45-day, right?
Mm-hmm.
45 days. So day 7, you saw this thing. You said, wow, this can really happen.
Yes.
And then so was the weight, was your body releasing weight along? I mean, what was happening with your body? Like, what were you experiencing along this? So we know your blood sugar is dropping. What was your blood pressure doing? What was the weight doing? How are you feeling? If you can remember that far.
The blood pressure was, very good. Maintained, even though I was still working, there was still stress. My blood pressure stayed normal, actually below normal for me. My doctor said it was good, but I wasn't used to it being that low. Mm-hmm. Initially, I experienced some kind of lightheadedness and that kind of thing because my body's used to my blood sugar being pretty high.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's the way you're supposed to feel.
Mm.
I felt I had more energy because I learned, later that blood sugar, it just sucks the life out of you because your body is fighting harder to, take care of all those carbs that you're eating. And so no wonder I would fall asleep after eating because I had all the carbs and my body is tired.
Yeah.
But I didn't experience that when I started eating differently.
So basically, you said day 7 when things start really happening. So if I recall correctly, and Rochelle, we are definitely excited about all of the positive things, but we also want people to talk about some of the challenges that they went through in the program. And one of the things that I remember, and let me just say this first, when Rochelle asked you, were you all in or were you toe dipping when you first started on? And you said you were all in, and I didn't actually believe it at first. And I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about then, because it seemed to me that things weren't necessarily adding up, but that was only because I had the wrong perception. Because every time I reached out to you and called you, you were the most compliant. Like I would make recommendations to you, and you would be like, "All right, let's do it." I'm doing it. And so that's why it's also good for people to kind of have all of the information, because like I was like wondering why is this happening? Because I noticed that you, correct me if I'm wrong, when your numbers corrected really quickly, they got down quick, and then you wanted to bring back more stuff kind of prematurely. I'm gonna say prematurely, but we talk a lot about solidifying your position, and the thing is, you were spoiled in the sense that you got results so quick. So you go from thinking that there's nothing you can do about your situation to coming into a program and within a couple of weeks turning everything around, and then you kind of went back, not necessarily off the rail per se, but you kind of went back in the other direction as far as your numbers go, and then we have to do some things. Talk about that.
Well, you start off, let's talk about that. So I was all in I said, anybody can, you can eat raw. You can do this. It's only for a short period of time. Then you're going to introduce your food bag. You're going to get some meat. Just make it.
Yeah.
So I did that because my goal was to get some chicken. I wanted some chicken. Hadn't had any chicken. So I said, I'm going to get me some baked chicken. I was ready for it. I did not think about solidifying the position.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that, well, I got my numbers there, so I ought to be good. Wrong. When he said it went the other way, when I got my first cooked meal after that little hiatus, my numbers shot up.
Yeah.
Because it's still about what you're eating. It doesn't matter if it's a vegetable. You have to know what the vegetables are. You have to know how they affect your body. Cooked vegetables affect you differently than raw vegetables. You can have a raw cauliflower that won't affect you like a cooked cauliflower. And I've learned a lot of that. So when my numbers went up, I remember Pop asking me all these questions. And I'm like, you see what I'm doing? You see these pictures? He know what I'm eating. He see it. He's okay. Well, then Rochelle said, well, we got to go back raw. My heart was hurt. Seriously, I was hurt. I had to take a minute and think about it. I seriously had to think about it. And I was like, okay, I got to go back. And all these people in my group over here eating real food. And I got to go back raw. How am I supposed to do that? And Pop just kept every day. So I said, this man keep asking me the same question. But you said that you are going to do. He's like, so when's the last time you took your blood? I already told him that, but I complied. I did not want to go back raw. I'm telling you, I felt some kind of way about that. But the numbers don't lie. My numbers were creeping up, and Rochelle, you made some comment about it even before we said, okay, let's stop and go back raw. Yeah. So they were coming up, and I still did not have the knowledge I needed to fully do this. Yeah. 2 weeks is not enough. I know about raw. Everybody knows that, but how do I continue this, but also introduce other foods? So my body wasn't ready.
That's right.
Having diabetes that long, it's going to take some time. It didn't take 2 weeks to get there, that's for sure.
How long was it again, Pam?
Say that again.
How long has it been since you've been
so it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
10 years.
Yeah.
And 11 years for high blood pressure.
Wow.
So I had to come to terms with this is going to take longer. And everybody's course is different. That's right. Yes, the pamphlet says this, or the handout she gives you says certain things, but it depends on your body. So I had to, in order for me to finish and keep going with that raw food and everybody's eating cooked food, I had to tell myself that this is about you. That's right. You can't look at anyone else. You got to take your eyes off other people, and you have to look at your numbers, because at the end of the day, when this is over, how are you going to maintain this when this is over? So I had to catch up, and I had to come to terms with what my body requires, and not to forget about everyone else, but I had to focus on it. Right. And so that was hard. Eating the same dressing every day, that was hard, because I sure wanted something different. But I also know that wasn't for me. Wasn't for me. So the struggle with eating that it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to anyone. The first 2 days is excruciating. It really is. I remember Rochelle saying I think I missed the 6 o'clock cutoff. She was like, "Oh, drink you some water and go to bed." I'm like, "What?" Can I have some? I mean, I'm gonna eat. No, but if you follow it, just stick with it. It'll happen. But you have to also know that your body is different from everyone else's, and when you come to terms with that, it makes it a little more bearable. It's still difficult. Don't get me wrong, but it makes it bearable, and you start to understand your body versus someone else's, and understand what you need, and it helps you to maintain this over time.
Yeah. You said a mouthful with that, because we just talked about that on the health coaching call last night. I'm like, okay, I know what the menu says, but at some point you have to look at your numbers and see how this food is affecting your body. You can't say, oh, well, I thought it's on the menu. I thought I could have, yeah, but did you? So, we know, and we know we say check the boxes, right? But you have literally just checked the box. I'm like, but you got to, it's a reason we're taking your blood sugar. Like you got to make an assessment of that number, and and do something with it. It's not just checking the box. Even though we say, well, you said check the boxes, yeah, but just, So as we said on the last, you got to check this box, like the mental.
And that's the thing I loved, and it clicked with me after the program, the name mindset. Because if your mind is not set and focused, and it's more about, well, I can do anything. No, but this is a mental game as well, because your body is telling you one thing.
That's right.
You're going to have to, as the Bible says, beat your body into
subjection. That's right. That's right.
And not let your body control you, because there are a lot of things that can get you off track as far as eating. I'm a stress eater. So that's the worst type of eater to be, because anytime you stress, first thing you want to go to is what? Food.
Yeah.
And you learn to do other things, besides go to food.
So you came dive. So what was your A1C when you started? You remember?
Oh, it was 10.4.
10.4.
Wow.
And what was it? Did you have it checked at the end of the program?
Yes, it was 6.
Praise God. Praise God.
He wanted to wait. I think he was trying to wait me out. Because I was like, oh, hey, let's check. Well, nothing's gonna happen within, just a 45-day period. You need to wait. And I know he wanted me to fall off the wagon. I was like, okay, we can wait. And went back, and he was like, this is remarkable, and I guess I just have to take you off your medication. Like he was sad, And I'm like, I need to find a new doctor.
He was sad.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been rejoicing.
That's what I expected. And I was a little bit confused by his reaction, because you ought to want to see people do better. He did make the comment that he said, I think you are the only person I've seen that has finally figured it out.
Wow.
Well, he ain't know about sugar ain't sweet then.
I told him about sugar ain't sweet, but I guess he wanted to dismiss all that. I don't know.
Yeah. Because we got people every day, and you've been through the program, but people every day with these testimonies and feeling just like you felt, like thinking they were going to have to do this for the rest of their lives, but they didn't want to, but didn't know what to do. And not even realizing that it could be this simple, because the program is really simple. It's nothing. The difficult part is here. Right. It's the mindset.
That's the hardest part, Rochelle. It's not about eating. I'll eat a salad.
But
it's about what goes. It's more than just eating salad.
It's more than just the eating. That's what somebody said. Somebody said, well, family members are asking me, and I was like, I can't. You need to go through the program, because it's more than just eating the salad. I can't just say I'm eating this, because if you're not in the groups, if you benefit from being in the groups, the conversations, the adjustments, the coaches walking you along, walking alongside you, the health coaching calls, like all this, like all of it. And so it's not just eat this, not that. It's more than that.
Yes.
Because it's really not about food. It really isn't. We say this is like spiritual warfare, really.
It is. It is. Because you have. Me myself, I had to do some praying.
Yeah.
To get through it when I wanted to eat and I know I couldn't. We had several deaths back to back, and I was going out of town, and that is difficult. That's especially if you're in a little small East Texas town, and you don't have a lot of choices. So I found myself making my salads, putting them in the cooler, you know, say, hey, I'm going to be gone this length of time. One time I had to leave really quickly and I was in a panic. And I said, there's nothing around here and I'm going to have to find a place. And I ended up eating, you know, a vegetable plate, but that didn't work. My numbers went up because it wasn't the way the vegetables were cooked.
Yeah.
You know, but I was able to quickly turn that around because I understood how to you know, change that. I said, okay, Monday you got to go back raw to get your numbers back down.
Now look at you, somebody. You telling yourself you got to go back raw. So you
yes,
have tools now. You have
actually doing that right now because I like to do it just continually. You know, like that every other week, just to keep, you know, my body, just bring that body into subjection.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing, Pam. What's your family say? Like, you know, I don't know. What do they say?
Well, initially, to be honest, my son was the one that helped me that first week.
I remember.
As far as going to the gym, because I didn't see that at all. I said, there is no way I can go to the gym. There's no time. And he's always been a person that would go he goes daily, but he goes at 3 a.m. And I said, I'm not getting up going. He said, well, it'd be a shame you just wasted all that money if you don't do it. He said, but if you can't do it, I mean, I understand. Oh no, you're not gonna do that to me.
He's working.
Oh no. So I said, well, my gym, we have two different memberships. I said, well, my gym doesn't open until 5, and that's just not enough time for me to get ready for work. He said, well, mine opens at 2. So you can ride with me or you can do what you want to do. So got up 3 o'clock. That was horrible. I said, and there were people in there. I said, what are these people doing? Who does this? So I'm on the treadmill and I'm walking and I'm tired and I'm sleepy and I'm walking. And I said, but I got to clock this time because I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. So I did it. And then ended up, I would beat him up. I'm knocking on his door. Come on, let's go. Got to get to the gym. We got to go. And he was like, oh my goodness. But he was very instrumental in me getting that exercise in. So at the end of the program, I told him, I said, I'm not going to go to the gym with you anymore because I've got to do this on my own. This has got to become a part of me. So I went back to my gym and I said, I've got to figure out a schedule because I've got to go before I go to work. And I'm doing it. I'm getting there and I'm still driving back home and getting ready for work, being there. And people like, are you like taking medication? You have so much energy. I was like, nope, go to the gym. Get your exercise in before you get to work. And it's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Now, what happened? Do you have more time now? Or you just thought you couldn't do it before? But
no, I don't have any more time. Probably have a little bit less. But it's about what you want to do, Rochelle.
That's it.
You know, my dad always told me, if you want to do it, you'll find a way. You're not doing it because you don't want to do it. And so I've found a way to get it done because I really don't like going to the gym at 3 a.m. I just don't. That's a little bit early for me. And so, but it's still, you have to be able to maintain this.
That's right.
You're not going to always have someone to coach you through things. So you have some things you just have to figure out on your own. And that was one thing that I figured out. And I love going to the gym. I used to hate it. I had my gym membership probably for 5 years. And I've probably gone a total of 1 year consistently. So I was just throwing money out there. I still had it. Was about to cancel it right before I got into the program. And I said, well, maybe I hang on to it. And if I do okay, then I might actually go. And now I'm there. I'm there.
Look
in the morning, got to get there.
Praise God.
Look at you now. So medication free.
Yes.
And you were taking, like, what were you taking when you started the program?
I actually pulled out because I still got my little bottles.
Okay, let's see.
So I have my Glimepiride. I used to take, that was 4 milligrams. I had to take 2 of those daily before breakfast. And I'm missing I have metformin. 1,000. I think it was up to 1,000 milligrams, and I had to take that after my breakfast. I had my Trulicity, which is the shot that you give yourself once a week. I'm not sure that doses. I haven't had that in quite a while. Because I had the diabetes and my numbers were high, I developed gastroparesis. About I would say maybe 4 or 5 years ago at this point. But at that point, when I developed gastroparesis, the doctor basically told me that I was going to die. He told me all the stages that I was going to go through, that I was going to stop being able to digest food, which happened. I would only be able to digest, like have a liquid diet, which happened. I would go to work and I would literally have to sit in my office most of the day because of vomiting.
Really?
Yes. And so he said, well, you're at the stage where eventually you're going to get on a feeding tube.
Wow.
And I started looking at all of these things and researching it. And I got into a support group, and these were ladies from all across the country who had gastroparesis. And within the month that I joined the support group, 5 of those women passed away.
Wow, Pam.
And I said, at that point, I said, oh, I got to do better. So I started doing better eating, but it still wasn't enough. I was able to decrease the gastroparesis. I stopped seeing the doctor that told me I was going to die, because I don't need anyone giving me that type of negativity.
That's right.
I need someone to tell me I'm going to live.
Amen.
And so I started doing better, but I was still having issues. You know, I still had diabetes, so I still had issues. I was eating better, but eating better is not enough. You know, you have to do something radical to change this. And so when I started, that's what piqued my interest about your program, because I knew where I was going. I knew where I was going to end up. And, you know, even though I didn't like what the doctor said, he was right on point. If we don't take care of our bodies, we are going to die prematurely.
Wow. I vaguely remember you telling me that. I wouldn't have remembered that had you not said it. So when you started the program, you were better though. You could eat food.
Yes. I started actually doing some research on my own as it relates to that, and about healing the stomach, because that's what it's about, you know, that healing process. And so started getting more into different herbs. And if all I could drink was tea, I would have those herbs in that tea, and I started healing from the inside out.
Very good.
But it wasn't what they expected. So if I can do that, I don't know why I didn't join Sugar Ain't Sweet earlier. But I felt that I'm managing. You know, I'm not, you know, sitting over a trash can all day in my office. You know, I must be better, but that's not the case.
Yeah. Wow. So we're medication free. What about more energy? What about weight loss?
On the program, I lost 28 pounds.
In 48 days.
Look at you.
Oh my goodness. So you couldn't fit nothing.
I could fit the stuff that I'm supposed to be fitting. I actually went out and I had to buy some. I said, no, you're not going to buy clothes. This is not the size you want. So I had to buy a couple of things to actually wear to work. And that was it. And I said, your reward are the clothes that you already have is in the closet that you can't wear.
Oh, so you already had clothes that you
already had clothes. I just couldn't get in them. You know, I just couldn't. And so when that second week, I think in the program, I had lost 11 pounds by that point.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I was running in the closet to see, okay, what can I put on? What can I put on? What can I put on? So it was exciting to be able to actually pull some things on that I couldn't even pull on at the time. Wow. And so that was my motivation. That was my motivation to keep going. Okay, you see this is happening. Just keep going. And of course, better health.
Yeah. So you was shopping in the back of the closet, basically.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Man, this is just, I hope for people that are watching, had a diabetic, pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, overweight or obese, dealing with inflammation, sleep apnea, whatever. Like people, we work with people got congestive heart failure, people got chronic kidney disease, like all types, thyroidism, hypothyroidism, like all of it. This program is just about getting healthy from the inside out. That's all. That's all we're doing. Eating God's food, right? Why? Because food is the foundation. Socrates said long time ago, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Like we learned that in HP, right?
Yes.
We learned that, right? So that's all we're doing is eating God's food and allowing that to heal our bodies. So Dr. Didi said something to our, she was on the health coaching call last week. And when people, like you said, you were looking at your numbers, they were normal, but you were still taking the medication. You was like, my numbers are normal. Do I need to take this medication? And people are, a little hesitant to stop taking the medication. But what she said, but you are still taking medication. The medication is your food, because let food be thy medicine.
Right.
So don't think of it as stop taking the medic. You still taking it. It's just God's
different kind of medication,
different type of medication. You know what I mean? To give you some relief. And so for those that are wondering right now, like, okay, I need this in my life. How can I get, like, what is this? This is a Sugar Ain't Sweet program, guys. We do a masterclass every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see the little ticker scrolling across the bottom. Screenshot that, put that in your browser, and go in and register. Okay, register for the class. It is virtual. We do it every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and we start a new cohort, a new class every Monday. And so, so class started today. So every Monday we do a new class, and so we're excited to just to help people. We don't take it lightly. It's an honor and a privilege and it's a blessing for people to trust us. Like you're trusting us with your health. You're trusting us to give you the right information, to deliver it the right way, the right information to help you get from A to Z. You know what I mean? That's what we said this program can do this. And so you come here fully expecting, even though, like you said, people don't really, that's what we say, but people don't come here really, really thinking they're going to get off medication. They're kind of hoping, but they're like you said, if I could just maybe lower my dosage,
Right.
But they come in and they get way more than they ever thought they could. Way more. And it ain't even about us. It's about God. And it's about God's food. Because I say all the time, when you give your body what it needs to thrive, it will. Period. And that's why this program ain't going nowhere. It's going to be here forever and a day, because it doesn't hinge on anything but God's food. There's no fat. There's nothing faddish about it. It ain't nothing sexy about it. This is just eating God's food, walking and drinking water. It ain't that sexy about it. It's nothing. And
so now you just gave away the whole program.
There you go. Eating God's food, walking and drinking water. That's it.
But that's not all the program. The coaching is key.
Yeah.
The coaching is key. I don't think I would have gotten through without the coaching. Yeah. I really don't think I would have. Just when you're about to say, okay, I can't go any further with it, you got that coaching. Somebody looking at your numbers every single day is going to make you act right. Or at least it should. At least it should. Because, I mean, that's that extreme accountability that they speak of, that is extreme. And that, for me, I want people to know I'm doing the right thing. So guess what? I'm going to do the right thing, because the numbers, like they always going to tell you, numbers don't lie. They don't lie.
They tell your business, like Miss Darlene said.
Yes.
The numbers tell your business.
They say, I don't like this thing. This thing tell all your business.
Yes. So, I mean, you can't, it just helps you. Yes, sometimes it's painful to hear.
Yeah.
But it will help you be a better person, help you to be able to make those tough decisions for yourself when the time comes and you don't have a coach.
That's right. That's what we say. Your pops just say, if you're not acting right, when we're here, like what you gonna do when we're not here?
And that's true.
Yeah, you don't stand a chance. If you can't do it when we watching, when nobody's watching, what you gonna do?
Right.
So it's best you get in here and learn this thing, learn how to make the adjustments, learn how your body's responding, and learn, and so when this thing is done, I did an interview today, and I said, if a person has been exposed to me, or if they come to the program, they're going to leave here enlightened, informed, and educated, right? And so if you choose to do otherwise after that, that's on you, but you can't say you didn't know, because you did. You did know, so you're gonna be enlightened, informed, and educated, and empowered,
right,
to do the right thing. We give you everything, like on day one. I mean, all the physical information, and after that, we just kind of tweaking, and but you get everything as soon as you come in. Everything. Shoot, you got to do some heavy lifting. You got to do something, but that's what this accountability is for. So I love it. Proud of you, Pam.
No, thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Pops, for staying on me, Pam. Not giving up on me, because this has changed my life.
Praise God. Well, you're a great student. You're very compliant and coachable, and that's really, I mean, those are 2 C's. I wasn't even trying to be cute with it. Hey, that was another C. How about that? So, but to be compliant and coachable, I think that's gonna get you 3/4 of the way there. Because the thing is, you trusted us, like Rochelle said. You put your health in our hands, in the sense that you allowed us to coach you, and then you being compliant, it just makes all the difference in the world, because we've been through it, and we also watched hundreds of other people go through it. So it's just a matter of, just like, if you put an address in the GPS, you're good as there. You may be hours away from your destination, but once you put the address in there and you follow what the GPS says, you're good as there. And that's the way it is here. We tell you what to do. We know what the end result is. You're good as there if you listen to us.
If you listen, that's it. It's just like that. The GPS, sugar ain't sweet. The GPS system will get you there. You good as there. Something right quick. Let me reach and get. Oh wait a minute, what is that right there? Oh, what's this? That's like sugar ain't sweet right there.
Advertising.
And we dropped the. Did you bought you some gear yet, Pam? You not dropped the link?
No, not yet. I need that U52 I definitely need that sugar and sweets.
Come on,
so I can advertise.
I'm gonna send you the link when we.
Okay, sounds good.
It's actually on my website. Go to RochelleTParks.com. You click on the about, then you'll see the drop down, the Health Motivated store.
Okay.
So it's there.
Did you see the cookbook?
Did you see the cookbook?
I bought it.
Oh, that's right. I did see that.
I'm already in.
Pictures?
Did you know Pop took all the pictures?
Yes, I did.
They were good.
Yes.
He did a great job.
Yes, absolutely. I was waiting on that. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. We're excited about the cookbook. Somebody hit me up today. They said, "Ooh, that baked salmon was amazing." So they already making the recipes, and so
well, I'm gonna have to wait till next week for the salmon. I'm on my raw week, so I'm gonna have to wait.
That's all right, Pam. Listen, I definitely well, you know what? You might be coming your way for the holidays, so maybe we definitely will connect.
Oh, okay. That sounds great.
Definitely. So I mean, I know who you are, but now I got to introduce you to my husband.
Yes.
Yeah, we can meet in person. So yeah, definitely coming that way for the holidays, and so on. That'll be good. Okay. That'll be good. So that's all I got. You got anything else, Pops?
No, I just want to say thank you for allowing us to help and to let us in your life in this fashion. We definitely don't take it lightly. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you both.
Absolutely. So guys, listen, screenshot the ticker, right? Go ahead and register for the Sugar Ain't Sweet Masterclass. We have it every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a virtual webinar. It is free. It's complimentary. And at the end of the webinar, you have an opportunity to make an appointment, and we talk about getting you enrolled, right? So that you too can be the next person to be medication-free, pain-free, lose weight, inflammation-free, no more, CPAP machine, no more constipation, no more migraine headaches. Like, just live a life where you can thrive, not just survive, but just thrive, guys. So that is it, Pam. Thank you again. We are out of here. Listen, I am Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator. And guess what? Guess what? Whether you like it or not, I really don't care. Okay. I can, I will, and I must continue to walk alongside you and help you to achieve optimal health. And we out. Peace. Hey, what's going on, good people? What is going on? Hey, listen, wasn't that episode of Mindset Talks phenomenal? Absolutely it was, guys. Listen, if you're interested in finding out how you too can get those type of results, then I need you to attend my next masterclass, guys. It's complimentary, okay? So click the link. Like, stop playing with it. Click the link right now, and I'll see you on the next masterclass. Let's go.